Look at her. She's so lovely. The
you.
lovely,
Yeah, man.
amazing Alice Williams. Hello.
Yes, indeed.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so
Absolutely.
much.
Man, you
Glad to
kill it
be
every
here.
time I see you. You be killing it. That
thank,
hair,
thank you.
oh, that whole thing is dope. So I appreciate
Yeah,
you. for
she's
being a
very
part of the
humble,
spotlight.
but I mean, quiet as it's kept, she goes by the queen of the DMV.
So they tell you what it is right away, right?
All right, okay, the queen.
Yeah.
Listen, welcome to Spotlight Over City.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm very
When-
honored to be here.
When we chatted and you told me about all of the things you do, I was like, wow, I'd love for you to come and share that with our Spotlight family. Tell them, a little bit about your journey as an entrepreneur
Yes.
and, gradually bring us up to speed with who Alice Williams is.
Yes,
the
thank
queen
you so
of the
much.
DMV.
I appreciate that. It is Women's History Month, and
Yes,
so
it
I
is.
just want to say Happy Women's History
Yes,
Month
it is.
to
Yes,
you,
indeed.
and all that you're doing here. Again, my journey started like 38 years ago. I was a civil servant, retired about 4 years ago. I did 38 years in Department of Defense. I retired as one of the highest-ranking African-American females in the department, and I ran
Well,
their
wait.
Yeah.
Don't
We got-
run past
we can't
that.
run past that. Let's
Wait
give
a
it up for
minute.
that. Put
Give
them
it
hands
up for
together.
that.
Let's
One
give
of
it
the
up for that
highest
part, first of
ranking,
all. One of
okay?
the highest ranking females. Let's go there.
Yes, and I ran their social economic program, so it's actually the small business program. What I did is assisted minority businesses in getting access to government contracts. I ran an operation about $190 billion across the federal government. We were one of the largest procurement office in the Department of Defense. I did things like wrote legislation, testified on the Hill, managed employees about 700, and I had about 700 employees. Worked very closely with all 26 agencies and specifically Small Business Administration.
So you just a bad sister.
She's a badass.
She's a
Yes.
badass. Yes, indeed. And so we
Yes.
thank you for being. I didn't see that coming.
Yes.
And you're being humble about it. I do know that.
Thank you. I
Yes.
retired about 4 years ago, actually be 4 years on April the 1st.
Okay.
I was under the Obama administration. Trump administration came in, I retired.
Okay.
Gotcha.
I started my business on April the 2nd, AMW Acquisition Consulting Group. It's a company specialized in government procurement. What I do is consultation to large and small businesses and helping them maneuver through the government process. I started my business April 1st. April the 2nd, I had more business than I had infrastructure. I had to take a pause for about 2 weeks.
But wait, one day.
Yeah, no, but one day
And
I
one
had
day.
more business than I had infrastructure. It was unbelievable to me. And so it did show me that I was able to leave a legacy and that I was well known in the industry to represent the industry like I can.
Well known.
Yeah, well
Very
known.
well
Well
known.
known.
respected.
Yes.
Yeah.
It means you've been putting it down and you've been handling your business.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Yes,
much.
indeed.
Yes, so on April the 2nd, April the 3rd, I had one of my clients that I worked with very closely on the inside for over 15 years came and said, hey, we know you started your business and we know you don't have an infrastructure, so come in my office and I'm going to set up your whole infrastructure. And so they did. I went in her office for 8 hours. I came out with website, business cards, voicemail, you name it, I had it all.
What?
So wait, back up. So
Wait.
a person just called you in
Yes.
and said, we see you and we see that you need A, B, C, and D.
Correct.
And we
And
want
we
to
got
sow
you.
into you. Come in here.
Correct.
Just like that.
Absolutely, yes.
That's God business right there.
She
You
was
already know.
she was a woman-owned business, 8A. She was an 8A woman-owned business, and she remembered all the things that I did to help her when she was on the inside. So she was honored to come out and help me.
Wow.
Right, and so
I like it.
yeah, we did that, and unbeknownst to me, I don't have to go look for work. My work find me. So I'm very
That's what I'm
honored.
talking about.
That's what
to
I'm
do that.
talking about right there.
So that shows just your ethic and how you put it down. Because once you do right by people,
Oh,
then
yeah.
people ultimately do right by you. So you just see the return on your investment.
Oh,
basically.
absolutely.
And I love it. I
Yeah.
love it.
I love it
So-
too.
Right. So,
Go ahead.
I have multiple businesses. So AMW Acquisition Consulting Group is one business. I also have a home health care business specialized in Medicaid. I launched that business actually for my family. I wanted to make sure that my family has somewhere, a launching pad that they can go to if they had an opportunity is this where they needed employment or they needed some assistance. I originally launched the business to ensure that my family members who were elderly had their own family members taking care of them, and it just launched and morphed into something unbeknownst to me as well. I have another business. It's a B Aquiline Waters is actually my daughter's business. I'm the president of her company. She's the CEO of B Aquiline Water.
So wait, you got your daughter in business,
Yes.
and she's the COO of the company.
Yes.
And it's an alkaline water business?
Yes, it is.
Say the name again.
B Aquiline, www.baquiline.com.
Y'all see Black
Yes,
Excellence
Black
right before you guys?
Excellence.
Always remember this. Don't wait until people not around and you've heard of them and they went on to give them flowers and accolades and support. We have to keep our dollar in our community. We have to go to our own Black-owned businesses and intentionally. I go to 2 Chick-fil-A's and they're owned by Keith.
He sure
I'm
does.
just trying to tell you what's going on. It's Black-owned Chick-fil-A's. I'm the 2 I go to if I can help myself. And so intentionally support this young lady.
Thank you.
Intentionally go to her websites and everything else she's
Thank
about to
you.
give you guys and follow up on her and be intentional, because that's the way we make it. That's what Black Wall Street looks like. That's when we don't need no one but us. And we are good enough.
Yes,
And
we
so,
are. We are good enough.
We got
I also have a 501c.
She's still going.
Yes, I'm executive director of Alexandria Boxing Club. Yes, I have about 15 amateur boxers that compete at the national championship level with USA
Wow.
Boxing Association.
Y'all give it up for this young lady.
Period.
That's what I'm talking about. So I have to get you back because we need to know, how did you get involved with that?
Oh,
What does
absolutely.
that look like?
Yes.
We just need to talk
how do your
about that
fighters-
alone,
the
right.
platform that your fighters have, when are their next fights?
Yes.
We have a lot of things that we can just talk
Absolutely.
about that alone.
I
So
would be honored to come back. Thank
Yeah,
you.
we would love to have you. So
But you got some. It was something you had told me about. You've got coming up. Is it a book?
Yes. So my book is, I've been writing my book for about 4 years now.
Yeah, it's coming up, though.
And it's called Inside Out, 38 Years, 38 Chapters. It's actually 38 years of my life on the inside of the federal government and then on the outside on a personal level. A lot of times people know what I've gone through to get to where I was at on the federal level when I was on the inside, but they don't know my struggle as in my personal life.
right.
So I decided to write the book. I've done well on the inside of it. The outside talks about me, which is very difficult to do. It's always difficult to talk about yourself. So I'm seeking a little bit help on that. But yeah, it's called Inside Out. Hopefully it'll be published this year, sometime this year.
Well, so we're going to touch and agree and say, yes, it will be done
Thank
this
you.
year.
Thank
and I'm
you.
looking forward to you doing that. I'm an author, so I salute all authors.
Thank
It's very
you. Mm-hmm.
hard work. Just know, don't overthink it. A lot of people will be helped by your story, so tell your story. Testify.
appreciate that. Thank
Testify.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't hesitate to testify.
Yeah.
So anything
Anything
you want
else?
to say before we get out of here? We got to wrap. We
No,
gotta wrap.
I've just said I'm honored to be here. Looking forward to coming back. Definitely support this platform. I'm so amazed by what I see, just the quality that I see in the studio. It's
Thank you.
definitely excellent. So I really
Thank you.
appreciate you having me, and I definitely will be back.
Yes, y'all.
Thank you
Give it up
much.
for
Y'all
Alice
give it up.
Williams.
Yeah, man.
The queen. How you can find her on Instagram, I can tell you. The queen of the DMV.
The queen of the DMV. Make sure you look
Look
her
it up, okay?
Stay locked in. All right?
We will
gotta
be
wrap.
right back with our next guest, y'all. Woo woo.
Spotlight over the city.